Now, this agricultural practices, it involves various activities such as preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting and storage. These are different practices happen in agricultural practices. We are going to learn one by one. Now, first step for growing any crops. What is essential? Soil. So preparation of soil. So first step involved in agricultural practices is preparation of soil. So before growing any crop, preparation of soil is the very important activity in agriculture. So what is happening in preparation of soil? That is, the soil has to become loose and it has to turn the soil, that is from down to up. What is the use of turning the soil and loosening the soil? That is, preparation of soil involves two activities such as turning the soil and loosening the soil. And turning the soil and loosening the soil is allows the root to penetrate deep into the soil. If the soil is loose, plant's root can easily penetrate deep into the soil. And also the loose soil allows the root to breathe easily when they go deep into the soil. So very, very important, loosening the soil. It allows the plant root to penetrate deep into the soil, as well as it allows the root to breathe easily even when they go very deep into the soil. And this loosened soil also helps in the growth of earthworm and microorganisms that are present in the soil. And these organisms, earthworms and microorganisms, they are friends of farmer because they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. And they in turn, they loosen the soil and turn the soil up, and it brings the soil up to the top layer, and also it add humus to the soil. And why the soil needs to be turned and loosened? Why? What is it? Why is it essential? Because as we know that soil contains minerals, water, air, some living organisms, as well as dead and decomposed plants and animals. These are all present in the soil. That is, soil, main constituent of soil. Soil contains minerals, water, air, some living organisms, and dead decomposed plants and animals. And because of this decomposition of plants and animals, dead plants and animals, various nutrients are released back into the soil, and again it will be absorbed by the plants. But only the top layer of the soil supports plant growth. And these decomposition, this soil, nutrients are present very deep into the soil. So in order to bring this nutrient rich soil to the top, so that plant can use these nutrients, this turning and loosening the soil is very, very important, because the top layer of soil is only used by plant for their growth. And these nutrients which are present by the decomposition of dead plants and animals are present deep into the soil. So this nutrient soil to be turned up so that plant can utilize this nutrient rich soil. For this reason, soil need to be turned and loosened. And this process of loosening and turning the soil is known as plowing or tilling the soil. So preparation of soil, first it involves plowing and or otherwise called as tilling. What is plowing? The process of loosening and turning the soil is known as plowing or tilling. And this is done by the agricultural implement called plow, and this plow is either made of wood or iron, and this plow is pulled either by ox or by any animal, bull, or by a tractor. So what is plow? An agricultural implement which is used for the process of turning or loosening the soil is known as plow. And what is plowing, or otherwise called as tilling? The process of loosening and turning the soil is known as plowing or tilling. And plowing or tilling is done by the implement called plow. And now let us learn about this agricultural implement plow. And this is the traditional type of agricultural implement, since it is being used by very long period of time. And this plow is made up of two parts. One you can see here, it is plowshare, that is which consists of, and this plow is either made up of wood or iron. And this plow, it consists of two main parts, namely plowshare and plow shaft. And this plowshare, which consists of a triangular iron part. And this plowshare is attached with the log of wood, what we call that as plow shaft. And one end of the plow shaft contains a handle to pull the plow, and the other end of the plow shaft is being kept on the beam of wood, which is in turn being placed on the bullock's neck. You can see it here in the figure. Plow shaft, one end of the plow shaft contains handle to pull the plow, and the other end of the plow shaft is attached to the beam of wood. This beam of wood is being placed on the neck of the bullock. So a pair of bullocks and a man is enough to pull the plow. And next agricultural implement, hoe. This wooden plow, which is being replaced by, nowadays being replaced by an iron implement, what is called as a hoe. Nowadays this ancient plow is being replaced by a hoe. This hoe is also used for plowing, that is tilling the soil, loosening the soil, as well as it is used for weeding, that is for removal of weeds. What are weeds? The unwanted plants, crops that are grown along with the crop is called as weeds. So this hoe is used for tilling the land, that is for loosening the soil as well as for turning up the soil, and also it is used for removal of weeds. And this hoe consists of a rod. It is same as that of a plow, but this rod either made up of wood or iron, and one end of this rod is consists of a triangular shaped bent plate which acts like a knife, and the other end of the rod is having a beam of wood which in turn placed on the bullock's neck. So this hoe is used for, is either attached with the tractor, or it may be pulled by a pair of bullocks or by a man. So it is also used for tilling the land. What is tilling? Otherwise called as plowing. What is plowing or tilling? That is loosening the soil as well as turning up the soil. And next agricultural implement, what is called as cultivator. Cultivator, it is being attached to the tractor. It is cultivator is pulled by a tractor, and it is also used for plowing or otherwise called as tilling. And this cultivator, as it is driven by a tractor, it saves labor as well as time. Now this is a new modern method of plowing, that is cultivator. Cultivator is driven by a tractor, but plow and hoe, it is being pulled by a pair of bullocks and a man. And here cultivator is a new modern technology of plowing which is driven by a tractor. So here by using this cultivator, labor, we can complete the plowing work very fast. So it saves labor as well as time. Now next part, next process of agricultural practices. So we have completed preparation of land. Now next part of agricultural practices is, next step is, farmer has to sow the seeds. For that, farmers have to select the good quality of seeds so that they can get good yield. How they can select a good quality seeds? You might have learned in lower classes, the seeds which are put in water, the seeds which are very hollow and which are eaten by some insects become hollow and they are light in weight, so they float on water. So that those seeds will be removed and only good quality seeds will be selected, and it is used for sowing seeds. And planting seeds in the soil is known as sowing. Next, second process of agricultural practices is sowing. What is sowing? Planting seeds in the soil is known as sowing. And this sowing can be done by different methods. And seeds can be scattered in the field manually by hand, especially if you see that rice paddy field, how they sow seeds by scattering manually by hand. This process is called as broadcasting. And by this process, what is the disadvantage of this process of broadcasting? That is, as it is manually done, scatter the seeds by hand, in some places there will be overcrowding of seeds, so that lead to overcrowding of plants. So all the crops, they do not get enough sunlight, nutrients, everything. So we have to, after seeds are grown, the seedlings, some plants to be removed. So this, what you call that as thinning crop. And next method is of sowing seed is by using special implement called seed drill. The first method by manually, that is by scattering seeds, which is called as broadcasting. And second method of sowing seed by using a special agricultural implement called as seed drill. And this seed drill. Now let us learn about two types of seed drill. One is traditional seed drill and modern seed drill. Now this traditional seed drill, as you can see in this picture, it is here it has a funnel like structure and seeds are filled in this funnel, and through this funnel seeds are passed down through 2 or 3 pipes, and below the pipes they have sharp ends, and because of these sharp ends, the seeds can easily penetrate into the soil. So this seed drill, traditional tool seed drill, is being pulled by bullocks. Again I repeat, traditional seed drill consists of funnel-like structure through which seeds are passed through 2 or 3 pipes which have sharp ends. So these ends pierce into the soil, and by which seeds will be placed deep into the soil. And next, this is a modern seed drill, and nowadays farmers use this seed drill for sowing with the help. But this seed drill, modern one, it is driven by a tractor. This sows the seed at equal interval of time, equal distance and depth, so that the seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. Because of this protects the seed from being eaten by birds. So sowing by using seed drill, as it is driven by tractor, it saves time and labor. So seed drill, that is an agricultural implement which is used for sowing, is called as seed drill. And here we have learnt about two types of seed drill: traditional seed drill and modern seed drill. Traditional seed drill is being pulled by bullocks, and here modern seed drill is being pulled by tractor, is driven by tractor. Now this next step of after seeds are being sown, now soil, we have to replenish the soil. What do you call that as? Soil replenishment. That is how soil can be replenished. As we know that soil is very important for growth of plants, because soil only provide enough nutrients to the plants for their growth. And this method, that is replenishment of soil, it involves adding that substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the growth of plants are called as manure and fertilizers. You might have heard about manure and fertilizers. So what are manure and fertilizers? These are nothing but substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for growth of plants, is called as manure and fertilizers. And why is it essential? Because as a farmer grow the same crop continuously in the same land, plants consume the same nutrients and make the soil infertile. Hence, to replenish the fertility of the soil, farmers use different methods such as manuring, adding fertilizers, and crop rotation method, as well as field fallow. So here this soil replenishment, that is adding manure and fertilizers, it involves some more types. What we call that as how soil can be replenished by different methods, that is adding manure and fertilizers, field fallow, crop rotation. Now we will be learning one by one all these methods. First, let us learn about what is field fallow. That is, it is a very old method, because in this method, the agricultural land is left uncultivated for one or more seasons. So farmers, they don't cultivate for one or more seasons, so that it allows the dead plants and animals to accumulate on land. These get decomposed by microorganisms, so that nutrients will be added to the soil. But this, they have to wait for 2 or 3 seasons without cultivating crops. So what is field fallow? That is, agricultural land is left uncultivated. They don't cultivate crops for 1 or more seasons. What for? To allow the dead plants and animals to accumulate on land, to get decomposed by microorganisms, so that nutrients will be added to the soil. And next method is crop rotation. This we have learned in 7th standard, crop rotations. That is growing of leguminous crop between 2 successive cereal crops like rice or wheat, which use lots of nitrogen of the soil. That is, rice and wheat, they need lot of nitrogen for their growth. So while growing in between, once if the rice crop is cultivated, then farmers used to cultivate leguminous crop such as pulses, etc., which are rich in root nodules. They have rhizobium bacteria. These rhizobium bacteria, they fixes atmospheric nitrogen. They convert atmospheric nitrogen into compounds of nitrogen. They fix it in the soil, because plants, they cannot directly utilize atmospheric nitrogen. Nitrogen is essential for plant growth, but plants cannot absorb atmospheric nitrogen. So once if the main crops are cultivated, then alternatively next they grow leguminous crop. What for? In order to make the soil rich in nitrogen, because this rice and wheat crops, they require lot of nitrogen for their growth. Now next is adding manuring and fertilizers. Manure, how is manure is being prepared? By vermicomposting method, or we have learned this organic manure, which does not consist of any chemicals. This manure, what they do, farmers, they dump animal dung, vegetables, crop waste, etc. at open places, and then it will be decomposed by microorganisms. If it is being decomposed by worms, we call that as vermicompost, composting in a pit. If it is being done, it is called as vermicomposting. And this decomposed matter is later used as organic manure. And this organic manure, it not only supply nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, but also it improves the quality of the soil, that it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. It makes the soil fertile. So this is called as adding manure. It is organic substance. And now next coming to fertilizers. Fertilizers are chemical substances. They are rich in specific nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Any one nutrients they contain. They are chemical substances. And where they do produce, they are produced in factories. And advantages of fertilizers are, they, as they are produced in factories, they can easily transport to any place, and they are easily water soluble. So they will easily dissolve in water and directly absorbed by the plants, so that the plant can get nutrients immediately. But what is the disadvantage of using this fertilizers? If farmers continuously use fertilizer in order to get good yield, then soil become infertile. Continuously use the chemical substances, then soil become infertile. Then they cannot cultivate crops in that land. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of fertilizers. Now let us see about what are the differences between fertilizer and manure. So fertilizer, as we know, it is a chemical substance, so we can call that as inorganic salt. Manure is an organic one or a natural substance. It's obtained by the decomposition of animal waste, plant waste, etc. And fertilizer, they are produced in factories, and manure, can be prepared in the field itself. And fertilizer, they do not produce any humus to the soil. Humus means it adds fertility to the soil, and manure provide lot of humus to the soil. And fertilizers, they are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients, but fertilizers, if they continuously use, they make the soil saline, means make the soil infertile, but manure will not affect the soil at all. And name of fertilizer, very well known, urea, NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, NPK. And these are all very familiar fertilizer what farmer use.